What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we will be going over the master key system, the first part of part 6. So as always in these videos, I go over questions and answers. So we're going to review what we're going to learn today and then get straight into the reading. So 1, what are some of the effects which can be produced by electricity? Upon what do these various effects depend? What is the result of the action and interaction of the individual mind upon the universal? How may these conditions be changed? What is the mechanism? How may it be changed? All right, guys, so once again, we're reading The Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell. A little thin book right here. Part 6, the first half of part 6. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So, introduction to part 6. It is my privilege to enclose part 6. This part will give you an excellent understanding of the most wonderful piece of mechanism which has ever been created. A mechanism whereby you may create for yourself health, strength, success, prosperity, or any other condition which you desire. Necessities are demands, and demands create action, and actions bring about results. The process of evolution is constantly building our tomorrows out of our todays. Individual development, like universal development, must be gradual, with an ever-increasing capacity and volume. The knowledge that if we infringe upon the rights of others, we become moral thorns and find ourselves entangled at every turn of the road should be an indication that success is contingent upon the highest moral idea, which is the greatest good to the greatest number. Aspiration, desire, and harmonious relations constantly and persistently maintained will accomplish results. The greatest hindrance is erroneous and fixed ideas. To be in tune with the internal truth, we must possess poise and harmony within. In order to receive intelligence, the receiver must be in tune with the transmitter. Thought is a product of mind, and mind is creative, but this does not mean that the universal will change its modus operandi to suit us or our ideas. But it does mean that we can come into a harmonious relationship with the universal. And when we have accomplished this, we may ask anything to which we are entitled, and the way will be made plain. All right, guys, part 6. The universal mind is so wonderful that it is difficult to understand its utilitarian powers and possibilities and its unlimited producing effects. We have found that this mind is not only all intelligence but all substance. How, then, is it to be differentiated in form? How are we to secure the effect which we desire? Ask any electrician what the effect of electricity will be, and he will reply that electricity is a form of motion and its effect will depend upon the mechanism to which it is attached. Upon this mechanism will depend whether we shall have heat, light, power, music, or any other marvelous demonstration of power to which this vital energy has been harnessed. What effect can be produced by thought? The reply is that thought is mind in motion, just as wind is air in motion, and its effect will depend entirely on the mechanism to which it is attached. Here, then, is the secret of all mental power. It depends entirely on the mechanism which we attach. What is this mechanism? You know something of the mechanism which has been invented by Edison, Bell, Marconi, and other electrical wizards, by which place and space and time have become only figures of speech. But did you ever stop to think that the mechanism which has been given you for transforming the universal, omnipresent potential power was invented by a greater inventor than Edison? We are accustomed to examining the mechanism of the implements which we use for tilling the soil, and we try to get an understanding of the mechanism of the automobile which we drive. But most of us are content to remain in absolute ignorance of the greatest piece of mechanism which has ever come into existence, the brain of man. Let us examine the wonders of this mechanism. Perhaps we shall thereby get a better understanding of the various effects of which it is the cause. In the first place, there is the great mental world in which we live and move and have our being. This world is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. It will respond to our desire in direct ratio to our purpose and faith. The purpose must be in accordance with the law of our being. That is, it must be creative or constructive. Our faith must be strong enough to generate a current of sufficient strength to bring our purpose into manifestation. As thy faith is, so be it unto thee, bears the stamp of scientific test. The effects which are produced in the world without are the results of the action and reaction of the individual upon the universal. That is the process which we call thinking. The brain is the organ through which this process is accomplished. Think of the wonder of it all. Do you love music, flowers, literature, or are you inspired by the thought of ancient or modern genius? Remember, every beauty to which you respond must have its corresponding outline in your brain before you can appreciate it. There is not a single virtue or principle in the storehouse of nature which the brain cannot express. The brain is an embryonic world ready to develop at any time as necessity may arise. If you can comprehend that this is a scientific truth and one of the wonderful laws of nature, it will be easier for you to get an understanding of the mechanism by which these extraordinary results are being accomplished. The nervous system has been compared to an electric circuit with its battery of cells in which force is originated, and its white matter to insulated wires by which the current is conveyed. It is through these channels that every impulse or desire is carried through the mechanism. The spinal cord is the great motor and sensory pathway by which messages are conveyed to and from the brain. Then there is the blood supply plunging through the veins and arteries, renewing our energy and strength, the perfectly arranged structure upon which the entire physical body rests. And finally, the delicate and beautiful skin clothing the entire mechanism is a mantle of beauty. This then is the temple of the living God, and the individual I is given control, and upon his understanding of the mechanism which is within his control will the result depend. Every thought sets the brain cells in action. At first, the substance upon which the thought is directed fails to respond. But if the thought is sufficiently refined and concentrated, the substance finally yields and expresses perfectly. This influence of the mind can be exerted upon any part of the body, causing the elimination of any undesirable effect. Alright guys, so that was the first half of part 6. In the next video, we're going to be going over the second half of part 6. So for now, let's go ahead and go over the answers to the questions. So, number 1, what are some of the effects which can be produced by electricity? Heat, light, power, and music are some of the effects. Upon what do these various effects depend? Upon the mechanism to which electricity is attached. What is the result of the action and interaction of the individual mind upon the universal? The conditions and experiences with which we meet. How may these conditions be changed? By changing the mechanism by which the universal is differentiated in form. What is this mechanism? That mechanism is the brain. And how may it be changed? By the process we call thinking. Thoughts produce brain cells, and these cells respond to the corresponding thought in the universal. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys again for watching. I hope you learned something new in this video, in this chapter, this book. Man, this is a great book, The Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell. You can grab it on Amazon, and we'll have it linked in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button, help get this out to more people. Tap that subscribe button and help us with our current goal of 1,000 subscribers. And if you have any questions about this or anything else I talk about on the channel, you can always email me directly at info@tycoontalk.xyz or leave a comment in the comment section below. And let me know any topics you want me to cover or go more in depth about. Just let me know, leave a comment, and I will make a video on it. And all of my links are in the description box below to all my socials, online store, everything in between. You can check that out in the description box below. And if you like this video, go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about making money with cryptocurrency, real cryptocurrency, not the scammy, spammy stuff that you see everywhere else. This is stuff that you can't really Google or find anywhere. So check those videos out. Credit repair, how to fix your credit, the financial markets, a bunch of information you can't necessarily Google. So if you enjoyed this type of information, I'm sure you will enjoy that information. So go ahead and check that out. It's going to be nice and organized in 3 different playlists. So go ahead and check that out. And as always, guys, I want to thank you again and send infinite abundance to you now and forever, my friends. I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.